Sephora had a sale. Damn. What's going on, guys? My name is Neeb. Welcome back to AROMATIX. Today we're going to be talking about the latest pickups that I got from Sephora, and it's way too damn many. But they had a sale, 20% off. Like, when does that even happen, bro? And there were a lot of fragrances on my list, and sure yours too. Moving into some of the fragrances that I bought, it's a 7 Virtues. This is called Coconut Sun. I also bought Clementine Dream. There's a couple from Commodity. This one is called Wool, and this one is called Whiskey. We also have a Neverending Summer, one of the newest ones from Replica, and some from Ulta. Don't hate me, okay? I had to buy from both. This is called Forever Her, or Forever Mood, I Am Her, and also a couple from Le Monde Gourmand. We're gonna also end this one up with No.9's Greenpoint. We're gonna go through these pretty damn quickly just because of the fact that we have so many scent profiles, but I've been picking up a crap ton of Sephora fragrances, and if you're into those, make sure to leave a like and hit that follow button. So let's go ahead and get started with some of the commodity fragrances. This is called Wool, and Wool in itself smells like a more classic scent profile. It's nothing that I personally, am in love with. The note breakdown of this includes mandarin, grapefruit, and apple. It also has lavender, basil, and some aromatics. In all honesty, it's not a bad scent profile by any means. It has like this classic aromatic barbershop-y vibe, but a lot more modern. I feel like if you enjoy fragrances like Greenlee, etc., more green barbershop-y scents, then you probably will enjoy this. If you like more classic style of scent profiles, a little bit fresh, but also a touch more modern, then you probably enjoy this one. I think it's just because of maybe some of the woods like cedar and apple that I get like this Greenlee reminiscent. It's not nearly as fresh, not nearly as like mass appealing. It does have a classic vibe to it that takes me in the vein of like lavender and sweet fragrances like even JPG or even Armani Code, some of the fresher ones. That's kind of the vein that this one takes me in, with a bit more freshness to it because of that green apple and the mandarin. And that's pretty much it for that one. Moving into the next one, it's called Coconut Sun by the 7 Virtues. This one has notes of coconut, frangipani, and vanilla. So with a lot of coconut scents, it can either go into like just a straight up lotion and then it's just another lotion coconut scent, but that's not the case with this one, at least at the top. It does have like this very creamy vibe to it that seems like it has more inclusions than just what the note breakdown does. I personally get like this bergamot, some freshness, some zest, and on top of that, the coconut cream and vanilla. I love it. I personally love this scent profile. It does smell like that coconut lotion vibe as well, but it does have a certain level of sweetness that doesn't just go into straight up lotion territory. Only a couple sprays that I can smell fill the entire room. I would personally say that this is going to be in my list of recommendations for a very long time. The versatility of this one is also pretty high. I would say that you can not only rock this during the summertime, but it just places me right on the beach, man. This gives me happy mood vibes, and I personally love it. Naturalistic, happy, just inviting and compliment worthy. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a really good coconut scent profile. It gives me like coconut tonka bean, some style of sweetness that I'm used to seeing in other combinations. Next one is called Clementine Dream. This one has notes of fruity cassis, which smells like blackcurrant, has a little bit of a bitterness, or a sourness, acidity, and then magnolia and vanilla. And with this, oh my God, this smells like orange sherbet. It smells like an orange creamsicle with more freshness and maybe even a little bit of green. Wow, this is good. It smells like an orange creamsicle. That's pretty much it. Smells really damn good. Projection of this one also seems to be pretty projecting, and the 7 Virtues has impressed me so far. Their cherry fragrance is one of the best cherry scents I have in my collection, and these two, they didn't disappoint, man. They did not disappoint at all. With the Clementine Dream, though, I do feel like there is this sharpness, maybe petitgrain, or I'm not sure exactly what it is, that's giving it a slight artificial heart. Something metallic, if you will, but it does have enough creaminess to kind of counteract that. Smells really damn nice. So moving on to the next one, this is called Neverending Summer, and it's supposed to smell like fizzy citruses and some vetiver in the dry down. Honestly, this is, I find, to be unisex, but masculine leaning. It smells really good. A lady could pull this off just as equally, and oh my God, dude, I have Tom Ford's Mandarino di Amalfi, and this is also inspired by Memory of the Amalfi Coast. So damn good. So damn good. And one of, if not my favorite from Replica. This is really good. Oh my God. Zesty citruses. It smells like every luxury hotel. It smells like a high quality Sprite along with those citruses and some vetiver. Love this. Moving on to the next one is called Greenpoint by Bond No.9. And to summarize this one, it's a marine fragrance with a lot of citruses and it starts to dry down into something ambery. Claude Deer is the perfumer for this, and I found an inconsistency with a lot of his fragrances that he makes. It has like this very distinct resin dry down. So the notes of this one includes pear, there's marine notes, there's also magnolia, and as it dries down, there's musk, cedar, amber, and even more amber. And in all honesty, I love this scent profile, except for that signature that he uses in a lot of his fragrances and his scent profiles. Initially, it's like a freaking 10. It smells like Megamare and all those fresh, aquatic, salty scent profiles, but even more mass appealing. But what really throws me off is that resin, like the excessive resin as it starts to dry down, really comes off waxy and almost plasticky as it dries down. The scent profile is immaculate. If it wasn't for that vibe in the dry down, it would be a 10. Because initially, it's a 10. As it dries down, I get that signature Claude Deer. And while I think that a lot of people love that signature, it's not really for me. I don't like too much of that resin where it starts to go into the plastic territory. And it almost happens with a lot of fragrances that use a lot of like myrrh, ambers, resins, and that's kind of the vibe with this one. A very popular resin fragrance is Myrrh and Tonka by Jo Malone. This smells nothing like it, but as it starts to dry down, you'll get that waxy and almost plasticky. It doesn't fully go there. That's that signature DNA that I find in a lot of his fragrances, and where in some of his does cross that territory. And in this, it's faint, but it's still there too, man. I can't get over that resin. And once you smell it and once you're able to identify it, that's it. It stays there. The opening, it's a 10. The idea of the fragrance is a 10, but the, dry down and stuff, it just drops it down to me for like a 7.25. I mean, I really wanted to love this, and it's so f***ing good in the beginning. It's so good. I can't express how good this is. It also competes and compares with Megamare, and the opening is even better, but it is what it is. Moving on to Forever Mood I Am Her. This is a very pretty and pink style of fragrance that has this cosmetic vibe as well. Maybe even a little bit of fruits at the top. And I personally love this. I think it's super pretty. I think it's flirty, playful. It does remind me of La Vie est Belle. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because I find that scent profile to be super sexy, very flirty. And to be honest with you ladies, I find this to be slightly fruitier than La Vie est Belle. It's kind of like a fruity version of La Vie est Belle, if you will. And I don't hate it. I'm not mad at it. Super sexy. It would place itself as a recommendation. It will, and it is. It's a recommendation. I love it. Next one by Le Monde Gourmand is called Tache de Cafe. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong, but the notes of this one is pretty interesting as well. There's dark chocolate, saffron, black pepper, and then you've got milk and even ink. So I think that this is a pretty creative fragrance. I think that it's very different. It's niche, definitely niche, but the mass appeal just isn't there. When I smell this one, it's kind of like, whoa, like, I want to like it, but it's very complex. And for the price point, I'm impressed. I'm impressed with its complexity, but that doesn't always translate into a good scent profile that you can just recommend easily. And that's kind of the case with this. Unique, different, but a hard recommendation, and probably one that I couldn't personally recommend. It's just got a very powdery, but also spiced texture to it that's a little bit overwhelming, at least for me. And it has this reminiscent to like a spicy chocolate bar. That's what I get with this, except it's a little dry and you crumbled it up because of that peppery vibe. So it's like this crumbled up dark chocolate spice bar. That's what I get with this. Different, it is different. I give them points for creativity, but it's not one that I would personally recommend. It's just a little bit weird. And what also adds to that crumble texture is gonna be the musk and some of that cedar wood that adds also that dry and, crumbly texture to it. So that's what I get with Tache de Cafe. Moving on to Pistachio Brulee. This is very underwhelming. Now, when you see a lot of pistachio fragrances, you might think, okay, it's gonna be really jammy, or not jammy, sorry, nutty, sweet. Yes, there is a pistachio. Yes, there is like a vanillic undertone, but it kind of reminds me of like this lotion. Like it's like pistachio vanilla lotion. You know how they don't ever do it like really, really sweet, and it just has like an essence, like a breath of like pistachio and maybe some vanilla? That's the case with this one. So it's nothing brand new. It's nothing like, I wouldn't even recommend this one. It just kind of just feels like a waste, because I personally find scent profiles that are like either definitively, characteristics or bold to be something that you can recommend and even like wear. Like otherwise, what are you wearing? You're just wearing like body lotion. That's pretty much what it smells like. Now, with that being said, if that's what your vibe is, if that's what you're into, then check it out. But for me, I personally would not recommend it. Vibes of this just smells like body lotion, and that's pretty much it. Last but not least is called Angel Suare, and this has a lot of very interesting notes like strawberry, apricot. There's also marshmallow and lychee. And And it smells really nice. It smells like a melody of some of those rainbow marshmallows. That's what I get with this one. It smells like literally rainbow marshmallows. And in every good way. It's flirty, it's fun, it's playful, and it's very high quality. The apricot smells pretty naturalistic. As it starts to dry down, it stays relatively sweet. Another one that I would personally recommend. That's it. It's got a lactonic vibe to it, but it's more so about like the sugar diffusive nature to it with those jammy fruits. So kind of a combination of both. So you're not gonna get anything that's just straight up musk, and you aren't gonna get anything that just smells like straight up jam. A really good one. And when you smell the scent profile, you wouldn't imagine that it comes from something that is this freaking cheap. Last but not least, this is called Whiskey by Commodity. Now this is like currently my favorite Commodity fragrance. The notes includes jammy plums, blackcurrant violet, and then we've also got Divana, patchouli, saffron, and lavender, and it dries down into like this cedar and vanilla. Oh my God, that's so sexy, man. That is so sexy. Super jammy plum, something aromatic, a sexy ass date fragrance that also has something that's very mass appealing too. If you like fragrances like Dior Intense, it overall has like this ambery vibe to this scent profile. I know it has the notes of whiskey in this one. It does give me an overall boozy vibe, but boozy is not really my specialty since I keep it halal, you know what I'm saying? We don't really drink over here, but it does have that vibe for sure. It's very sexy. It does give me Dior Intense vibes. It gives me like Givenchy Reserve Privé vibes with a more mass appealing edge to it. And honestly, even more woodier and muskier than that. This is so sexy. And I'm surprised that this doesn't get mentioned. It's a really good date night fragrance. And currently my favorite one from Commodity. The only favorite one from Commodity, because I only have two. And this one's really not that bad. But if I had to pick one, you guys, get your nose on whiskey. It's really sexy. It'll remind you of like DHI meets Reserve Privé, and it's worthy of being like in some people's top 20. It's that good. Performance and longevity for this one, I can't really say because I haven't worn it, and this was just a massive unboxing haul. But I will say, it smells really sexy, pretty expensive. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, my latest Sephora and Ulta haul. Plenty more to come. I enjoyed it. Let me know in the comment section which one of these are like your favorite or which one you were most interested in. And while you're down there, make sure to leave a like, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.